Have you ever imagined a life where you're not bound by the constraints of a 9-to-5 job? Welcome to a world where such freedom is not just a dream, but a reality that can be achieved through financial independence. This isn't about winning the lottery or receiving a hefty inheritance. It's about understanding money and how it works. Financial education is the cornerstone of this understanding, yet it's often overlooked in traditional schooling. But don't worry, we're here to fill that gap. Let's delve into the world of Robert Kiyosaki, the author of the groundbreaking book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This isn't just a book, it's a treasure trove of wisdom that challenges conventional beliefs about money and presents a whole new perspective on wealth creation. Dive with us into the lessons from the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and start your journey towards financial independence. This is the first step on your path to a life unbound by financial constraints. Let's get started. Ever wondered why some people seem to have a magic touch with money while others struggle? The answer lies in financial education. Dive with me into the first lesson from the iconic book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Here, the author paints a vivid picture of two dads with contrasting views on money. The rich dad, despite not having traditional academic accolades, had a solid grasp on financial literacy. He prioritized teaching his son about money, investments, and the importance of creating and maintaining wealth. The poor dad, on the other hand, despite his impressive academic qualifications, was always in a financial rut. This striking contrast underscores the importance of financial education. It's not about how much money you make, but how well you manage it. It's about understanding the dynamics of money and how to make it work for you. So whether you're a student, a professional, or an entrepreneur, financial education is essential. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you understand about finances, the more control you have over your financial future. Would you like to know the secret to getting rich? It's simple: buy assets, not liabilities. Now, this might seem like a no-brainer, but understanding the difference between these two is key to building wealth. So, let's break it down. Think of assets as your loyal knights, tirelessly working for you, bringing in the gold. They can be anything that puts money into your pocket, like real estate, stocks, or a small business. On the contrary, liabilities are like those sneaky pickpockets, always taking money out of your pocket. These could be your credit card debts, car loans, or even that fancy boat you bought on a whim. The rich dad from our book knew this secret. He built his wealth by continuously investing in assets while minimizing his liabilities. And that's how he got rich. So the next time you think of buying something, ask yourself, is this an asset or a liability? Imagine earning money while you sleep. Sounds like a dream, right? But it's possible with passive income. Now let's dive into the third lesson from Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which is all about the power of passive income. The book tells us how the rich dad used this strategy to achieve financial independence. But what is passive income? It's money you earn without actively working for it. It's like having little elves working for you around the clock, filling up your treasure chest bit by bit. Think about it this way. Active income is like a one-time trade. You trade your time and skills for a paycheck. But with passive income, you make an initial effort or investment, and the money keeps flowing in, without you lifting another finger. It's like planting a seed, nurturing it, and then enjoying the fruits of your labor over and over again. The rich dad understood the power of passive income. He knew that by creating multiple streams of passive income, he could build wealth and achieve financial independence. He didn't just work for money, he made money work for him. And that's a game changer. So, how can you generate passive income? There are countless ways. It could be through investing in real estate, starting a blog, writing a best-selling book, or even creating a hit song. The key is to find something that you're passionate about and turn it into a money-making machine. But remember, passive income doesn't mean no work. It requires upfront effort, time, and sometimes even an initial financial investment. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a get-rich-smart strategy. The beauty of passive income is that it allows you to leverage your time, freeing you up to pursue other interests, spend time with loved ones, or even start another income-generating venture. Passive income isn't just for the rich. With the right knowledge and tools, anyone can create a stream of passive income. So, are you ready to take the leap? It's time to stop dreaming and start doing. Remember, the best way to predict the future is to create it. Fear and doubt are the greatest barriers to success, but what if you could use them to your advantage? Let's dive into the last two lessons from the iconic book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which are all about overcoming fear and taking action. Now imagine you're standing on the edge of a metaphorical cliff. Below is the vast unknown of financial independence, and behind you is the safety of the familiar. Fear, that tricky little emotion, keeps you rooted to the spot, whispering about the dangers of taking that leap. But here's the thing. The rich dad in the book teaches us to recognize this fear not as a stop sign, but as a signal that we're about to step out of our comfort zone. So how do we do that? Well, the first step is acknowledging the fear. It's okay to be scared. It's a natural response to the unknown. But once we acknowledge it, we can start to question it. Is it a rational fear? Or is it simply a fear of change? A fear of disrupting the status quo? Once we've identified and questioned our fears, we can begin to overcome them. And this is where the concept of taking calculated risks comes into play. The rich dad didn't advocate for reckless leaps into the unknown. Instead, he encouraged calculated risks, where you weigh the potential gains against the potential losses. And what if you fail? Well, that's part of the process. Failure is not the end. It's a stepping stone. It's a learning experience that provides valuable lessons for the future. The rich dad taught that each failure brings us closer to success, as long as we're willing to learn from it and continue moving forward. This brings us to the importance of action. Knowledge without action is like a car without fuel. It's not going to get you anywhere. The rich dad emphasized the need to act on the knowledge gained, to put into practice the lessons learned, and to keep moving forward, no matter what. Success isn't about never failing. It's about failing, learning, and continuing to move forward. So go ahead, take that first step towards your financial independence.